everybody. Welcome to another edition of Anew Prospective. I am your host today. I am Elder Tequila, and with me is none other than my co-host, Minister Jessica, as well as our special guest, Sister Stacy. And we want to talk about something that is really important on today. I think a really important topic, and something that is so prevalent, I think, in the world today. We want to talk about comparison a little bit. And it's actually crazy because this was actually born from a conversation that I was actually having with Prophet Tanisha. Hey, Prophet Tanisha. We actually was talking about a situation because I was explaining to her that earlier when we started the team, when Apostle called us to the team, that I had feelings of maybe inadequacy or maybe insecurities born from the fact that I felt like she was more like Apostle than I was. Like they shared similar things, like they had the same type of taste in clothes and they was about the same size. So it caused inadequacies. And what I noticed and what I found is that it actually was detrimental to my growth. Yeah. And it was detrimental because it took my eyes and my focus from off of God and placed them more on me and myself. So what do y'all think about comparison? What are y'all thoughts?
For sure. Now, you know what I discovered, like, leading up to our conversation and thinking about the topic overall in general, there is a type of good comparison, right?
Right.
But then there's another type of comparison that is, that can be detrimental to your purpose in your walk.
Yes.
And it's even a bit distracting, if you will.
Absolutely.
Because, like you just said, you're taking the focus off. And it kind of reminded me of the story of Moses, right? He didn't feel adequate, right?
Yeah. And
he kept going back to God, like, God, but I'm not a good speaker. You know what I'm saying? And I can definitely think of seasons in my life where that kind of was. And I got too focused on, even because, you know, sometimes you can internally have a thought or idea of what something looks like, right?
Yes.
And what I'm coming to find is that when God is positioning us in our purpose and our walk and defining us to make us, you know, individuals,
yes,
it feels challenging because you're seeing what's before you, what the precedents that has been set before you. You know what I mean? Of what something looks like. But what you got, Sister Stacy?
I think unfortunately it's so easy to fall into the trap of comparison because there's an environment that creates it. So even if someone didn't want to, maybe initially they didn't come in comparing themselves, like I'm assuming that you didn't initially, but over time you started comparing yourself. And not to say that environment created it, but just globally in everything, in our everyday living, there's always comparison. As soon as you open up your phone, before you can even search for something, how many ads do we see about you want to lose weight, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to be the top person, or, you know, there's always rankings and things. So it's something that subliminally is in our mind, and eventually it's going to show.
Yeah. And you know what else I was thinking about? That the comparison doesn't even fall in just one area of our lives.
Absolutely.
Because I can think of as being a mom, me comparing myself to other mothers, and that in itself will have you feeling inadequate. You'll start, instead of leaning into what it is you need to cultivate in that area, right? You'll start looking at this person and that person. And the truth is, their child, that's not my child. You know what I mean? Those not my kids. So that's a whole nother thing too.
It's almost like it creates like you put unrealistic expectations on yourself, and it causes you to start living in a way that's not you.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you fake it in a way, and you start doing things that are really irrational.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to keep up with something that you shouldn't. Like, you could be trying to live in a way that, one, you're not meant to carry those types of things. You're not meant to walk that particular path. That's not what's for you.
Yeah.
I hope.
No, it definitely do. And it's almost because the truth is, right, God will grace us for what he's putting us through, right? And the truth is in that sometimes there's some growing that we probably need to do on our own, but instead of seeing that there's growth to be done, we're looking like it's an inadequacy or a deficiency thing when it's really a growing up to do. Yeah. So that makes sense.
And it really does delay you.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And it stunts your growth and it keeps you in the same place and stagnant.
Yeah.
Sometimes the growth might be you being the one to say, I'm going to do things differently. This might sound small, but Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Try cooking Thanksgiving dinner with somebody else in the kitchen that knows how to cook. Well, I make my macaroni and cheese this way. I make my turkey this way. Well, I don't know about this. I don't know about that. But, and although that's simple and we're laughing, but let's look at something more serious like parenting or marriages. How many books do we see? How to be the best wife, how to be the best parent, how to have your child prepared for college when they're in the kindergarten, when you're in kindergarten, those type of things. And sometimes the growth is to say, you know what, I'm going to be strong enough to say, I'm going to do this differently. Yeah. Or I'm going to be the one that actually listens to what God has for me. And be comfortable with that. And even be comfortable with not explaining to others why I'm doing what I'm doing. God told me to do it, that's it. And that's not, it should be easy. Yeah. But the reality is, the peanut gallery is like, what you doing? Yeah. It's not always that easy.
Yeah, because especially when you're coming out of something, and I don't know which one of you just said something, but it did peak. Because we're talking about comparison within ourselves, but what I also come to find is that, right, we'll start projecting our comparison on other people. And I'm going to just use a small thing like my child recently. I started looking at, because this 3-year-old was doing this and he wasn't, I started pushing off on him. Now I'm projecting a comparison on him. And now you get what I'm saying? Yeah. When long behold, what I really need to do is lean in, be more patient, and be willing to more teach him. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Instead of like, well, that child said a whole sentence. And now I done projected comparison on him. Thank God he will when he doesn't know it. But then it made me think, am I doing it? You get what I'm saying? Yes. Or how many other people am I doing that to? Yes. You're projecting now my internal comparison onto someone else.
Yeah. And now giving them unrealistic expectations and trying to put them into a place where they were never meant to be either.
Yeah. And it's like,
or where they're not ready to be.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for real. It just it'll have you really thinking like, man. And it's one thing to be doing something to yourself, but to be projecting this onto other people and now wonder if the blood is on your hands. Now I done planted the seed within this person. And just because I didn't see that seed sprout up,
it don't mean that it wasn't there. It's so hard to see it down the line in other places.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah. So healthy comparison. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Before we get to healthy comparison, I also wanted to point out in the fact that on a team, in any relationships, right, and especially in the body of Christ, when you think about the body, it's made up of different parts. Yeah, they're not meant to be the same. They all have different functions. Yes. And they all, even though they have different functions, they're shaped differently, they look differently. And so, but they're all fitly joined together. Yeah. But they're not meant to be the same. And so when you think about comparison, it's almost like because you project these things and you have these feelings and these thoughts within yourself, it's almost like it creates I want to say a wedge, but I feel like it creates like a disunity. Because you have these thoughts within yourself, you have these feelings within yourself, and it's really something that needs to be it needs to be something that's dealt with, because it can create a further wedge and cause you not to be able to act as one.
And you know what else came to me while you were saying that? It creates a dysfunction of the team. Yeah. And that's why it's important for all people that's a part of a team to know what's your place in your position, right? And to know that there's still room to grow if you're not up to par. Absolutely. But to know that, okay, I'm going to use that example. We're on a leadership team, right? If I get focused on what Elder Tequila is doing, right? Yes. How am I going to be focused on what Minister Jessica's
what you're supposed to do? Yes.
my portion is not your portion.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make it less or more.
Exactly.
That's yours. This is mine. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the truth is, we're supposed to be nurturing that, honing into that.
Yes.
Because there is some things to be, and not saying that we can't get something from one another. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if I'm like, wow, because I'm gonna be honest. Early on, when being on Alicia, I'm like, man, they pray. I was like, Lord, I don't know if I can pray like that. Seriously, I'm like, ooh, they Greek. I don't know if I can do, but you know what I'm saying? But
It'll
it's the internal
get
thing.
in your own head and in your own way, yeah.
No, and it really, but at the same time, it gave, I don't want to go somewhere else, but no, go ahead. Because I was about to say, it gave me a good, healthy thing, but.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm laughing because even sitting here with you ladies, I'm not on the leadership team, right? So I'm sitting here like, oh, don't let me say the wrong thing. When I open my mouth, Jesus, I need you to speak. Because they do this all the time. This is my first time doing the podcast. I'm like, oh, am I sitting right? All kinds of stuff go through my head. But as you ladies were talking, it reminded me of, I read earlier today, trying to prepare for this, Galatians chapter 6, it was verses 4 and 5. And it was talking about, and Paul was talking about, assessing yourself, carrying your own burdens, right? Doing your own work, and then you'll find joy. And it specifically said not comparing yourself to other people. Then you'll find joy in it. So, like you said, we all have different roles. But as long as you do your part, and your part is going to look different, then your part is going to look different than my part. I mean, I think of it like this: if God blessed us all with free will, He didn't give us all free will so that way we could all look alike. Like, if that was the case, then He could just snatch our little free will. Y'all gonna think alike, y'all gonna look alike, talk alike. Like, you know, it's just, I know it's not spiritual part, but on natural side, it just doesn't make things right. It just doesn't make sense. So, no, I'm laughing because you're right. It's in our everyday.
Yeah. In all areas too.
Absolutely, in every single area. You said something, and now I can't remember my thought.
They'll come back to you.
I'm praying it come back.
Pretty bad.
Go ahead. I know you would just say something. It's just about healthy comparison.
Okay, so healthy comparison, right? So that was when I think of that, at least I think that's something, right, that will produce something in you that will give you motivation, but won't have you stuck on what is not important. And when I say not important, that's not what God is not using that. So if I'm focused on the way I speak, and it's not like so and so, the Lord said, but I still felt your mouth. There's an ear for you. There's an ear out there to hear for that. I had specifically made your mouth for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But yeah, if I get too caught up on because I don't speak like so and so, I got the potential of somebody missing out on something. And not only that, like I feel like it's a hindrance too, personally, on myself. And along with somebody else being connected to it.
It is. You said that, and it made me think about the Gospels. And what blesses me so much is that in the Gospels, like Matthew, Mark, Luke, they all talking about essentially the same situations, the same events, but they're all coming from different perspectives. Yeah. They all had different backgrounds, but they all telling the same stories. Yeah. But they're not told the same way. Yeah. And so when you read it, it's like you come to the understanding, like, I'm not meant to sound like everybody else. Yeah. And I won't, because we all come from different backgrounds. And then quite honestly, I can't handle what you dealt with. I can't handle what you deal with. Like you said earlier about being graced for something, like, quite honestly, I'm not graced to carry what you carry in your life. Yeah.
No, and I'm glad that you said it, because that reminds me of comparing, the Lord reminded me of something. Comparing myself to something that I thought I wanted, and the Lord knew I couldn't handle it. Okay.
Say that again.
You're not great for that. The Lord was like, that will break you.
Something you thought you wanted.
All in the name of starting out at comparison. Yeah. And then it turns into something else. Now I done compared myself. Now I done created this desire. And now it's kind of an illusion, because the truth is, right, the Lord was like, that will kill you.
Yeah. My goodness.
And you over there like, but they can do it. That's not, that was something that let me know, you ever had to tell God, you right.
And then you see later on, like, yes, you did
right.
that, Lord.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
It made me think about the scripture I actually read. I think it was in the Message version. It was something about something along the lines of it's like the success of others is what motivates you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I thought about for a second, because I'm like, sometimes I know for myself, I had maybe saw somebody with something and was like, I need to upgrade myself.
Yeah.
I need to upgrade my car because I see I can do better. Need to upgrade my clothes because I can do better. So I think in that sense, like a healthy comparison in the way of like noticing there's a way, like I can do better,
Yes.
and not in a way to compete with somebody else, but to just bring myself up. And like an empowerment, like I really can do better.
Yeah. And that's like, I heard a whole nother level. Oh, boy, it's not a good song, but on another level is what I'm saying. Like, seeing that's a healthy comparison, because it's like, okay, it's come up. That's what I'm hearing.
Come up.
To come up. And that's definitely, that is good, healthy comparison, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, it gives it's just what the Bible says, that iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
So if I'm operating, like you're saying, kind of low.
Yeah.
Right? I'm kind of low. And everybody else up here, then I have to come up. It's going to bring me up. And then even for those that's operating up here, I don't know if that's the right term, y'all, but that's just what I got in my head right now. Oh, for those that's operating up here, they can't fall and slip because they're supposed to be bringing me up. It's iron sharpening iron. Right? It's not just a one way. It's not just, okay, I got to meet them. Well, no, I have to help pull them up, and I have to make sure that I'm moving up as well, that I'm growing as well.
And to the flip side of that, check who you're surrounding yourself with.
Absolutely.
Because
I'm sorry.
Check who you're surrounding yourself with, because if they're down here and like you right here with them, like where's your room to grow? And we all talking about no, there needs to be somebody that has the mindset of like, let's get up, let's go up.
Yes.
But like if they got low level mindsets, what are you benefiting from? What's your advantage from staying in the circle?
Right. When Apostle Berry and Reverend Baskerville was speaking the other day about the book Recalibrate. And they were talking about imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times we think it's like, okay, I'm trying to be something that I'm not, meaning that I'm trying to act like I have something that I don't. But sometimes it can be, this is what I got from the conversation, sometimes it can be shrinking yourself back because you want to be accepted. You don't want to stand out. So, and I thought about that when you said, if you're here and everybody else here and you bringing yourself down, that's not being relatable. That's actually going against who God created you to be. That's saying like, God, you gave me this, but I don't want that because then I won't have any friends.
And that's letting your ego guide you. That's letting pride lead you. You know,
or your feelings. I don't want to be alone. I want somebody to like me.
And don't let you be coming out of something that is generational.
Yeah.
And you're trying to come out of that, and that what you had just touched on about the empire, because that kind of environment will have you thinking where you're just trying to deal with. They'll have you start thinking you think you someone kind of thing. You know what I mean? And then they'll have you. But something else, I know I sound like I'm jumping around, but you said something I don't want to, bring it back. I looked right at you and it was like,
look at it again.
It didn't work.
God, but you said something. It was about healthy comparison. Oh man, all right. Somebody else got something. But I looked at you, it was like,
I'm sorry.
It's all right. But okay, go ahead.
Why? Because it's gonna come back. Just thinking about when you said watch the people that you're around.
Yes.
So it's also I'm learning the importance of being around people that can pull you up.
Yeah.
Right? Not always being the one that can help someone, but going to find someone that can help you up. So that's where our coaches come in at, our mentors, our leaders, our spiritual parents. One of my sons started running track recently, so I'm new to the whole competitive sports world, and he's 13. He's running with kids that's been running since they were like 4, 5, 6 years old, and so this is his first little track meet. And the first time he did okay. The second time he was on the 200 and he was running, and the way he started running with force, I'm like, oh my gosh! So everybody was screaming. Of course, we're screaming, go, go, go! And it looked like he was going to pass one of the boys. And his coach yelled out, keep your form, keep your form. So then I started yelling, keep your form, keep your form. And the next thing you know, he passed him. And that's something that's been lingering for the past couple of weeks. Like, wow, I'm just saying go. Because that's all I know. All I know is keep running, don't stop, go as fast as you can. But him keeping his form, it's not just how you run, but it's not just how fast you run, but the way you run is what got him past, past his opponent and, over the line. So it's, and I'm saying all that to say, watching who we're around, taking inventory. So, some of that assess where you are, assess what you do, also assess who's around you.
Yes.
So that way you can have someone, like a coach to pull you up. I hope that brought you back to healthy comparison.
Matter of fact, you said what I was going to say. I ain't even got to say that. The Lord said, don't worry about it. Because I was going to say evaluate, but she said assess. So there we go. We in the ballpark. So I was like, I'm not going to even repeat everything. So.
Oh my gosh, when you said that about the form, because he could have been yelling, go, keep going, keep going. No, it meant just as important as it is about going and continuing to go is how you're going. Keep your form, because that'll be what helps you. It helps you to endure. That'll be what helps you to maintain. It'll keep you steady. Oh my gosh, that is important.
And he's yelling it out loud. So although it was for Nicholas, pretty sure the others started running. So I was like, oh, let me get my form. It made us all stand up.
Because if you think about it, if you don't maintain your form, then you start to slow down. You start to get clumsy. Like you start to, I'm about to pass him. Then you start looking over at the right or the left.
Right.
And you start, you want to look, and then you lose focus, and then all of a sudden you be done tripped and lost your way.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with it. That's the same thing as it is on our spiritual journey.
Yes, it is.
Keep your form. Maintain your posture in the Lord.
Yep. And just like a race, if you didn't win, it's okay. Come on, it's training. You done learned from this. And I was like, definitely with sports and you having a child in sports, right? I too this year, my child decided to start playing basketball, right? Girl was, we're not going to do that on the podcast, but let's just say she was challenged, right? And it had me to be like, not to get so hard on her, right? That she started comparing herself. Because like you said, she playing with kids that been playing since the ball began in their hand.
Right.
But yet, and I'm telling you, a lot of times I was at the game, the Lord was like, the game be over, in their head, like, bad. We'll be like, don't say, good, next time you got to do this. You got to stay with practice. Wouldn't let her give up on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But internally, you know what I mean? I'm thinking certain things, but I'm glad in hindsight that I didn't, because maybe she would have kept comparing herself.
Right.
By the end of the season, she got better. She drew one hand now. So I'm saying that to say, right, that once again, the outer world, something else dealing with comparison. We may have our internal comparison, right? Healthy comparison, and also helping people with their comparisons, right? Because the truth is, we will be at some point in your life, you'll either mentor, guide somebody, whether it's officially, unofficially. You know what I'm saying? So
So I don't have small children anymore. I don't have all my kids is grown. Hallelujah.
Are you bragging?
Wait, look.
Talking about comparison.
So I was thinking about myself. At the gym, being on the treadmill. And when I was on the treadmill, I was doing my little walk And I thought I was doing something. I was sweating and everything. I thought I was doing something. So this guy got on the treadmill next to me. Next thing you know, he put it on. He was walking a little bit. The next thing you know, he hit a button. And next thing you know, he just started running. So me and my silly thinking, I'm like, he ain't running that fast. He ain't doing much of nothing. I could do that too. It was like, I'm like, no, I'm going to put my hands on these bars and I'm going to keep walking. So what it made me think of just now is like, if you start comparing yourself to other people, you'll sit up there and you'll start going faster than you should. Mm-hmm. And you just end up I know myself. If I would have took my hands off the bars, if I started going faster, I'd be done lost my foot. And next thing you know, somebody be done called John, been like, hey,
oh,
no.
I was going to say hurt.
No, I'll be done hit my head. I'll be done hit my head. I slid off, hit my head. I'm telling you. So I got to be careful. But my point is that's
taking you out.
Yes. And that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So like we beyond, like I know the world say, comparison is the thief of joy. Nah, son, it's worse than that. Comparison is the thief of destiny. Comparison is the thief of purpose. Comparison is a thief. It is a faith killer.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yes.
Because you spoke about that recently, about the faith killer. That is one of them. Comparing yourself is a faith killer. It will definitely, because next thing you know, you're like, how did that creep on in? The moment I started comparing myself to what wasn't like me or wasn't for me kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, keep your eyes on God. Don't focus on what other people, like the scripture is so, one of my favorite scriptures is when God was talking to Joshua when he first took over for Moses. Yeah. You know, like in the world, they'd be like, oh, you got some big shoes to fill. Nah, God is like, if you keep your eyes on me and you meditate on my word, that's where your success gonna come from. Right. Don't worry about what other people saying. Don't even worry about what they doing. Set your face like flint. Keep your eyes on me. Focus on what I'm saying and what I'm telling you to do. Don't worry about what other people doing. You got to handle your own handle. And that's the other thing I had thought about is that we put things on God to do.
Yeah.
Like, no, you got to get your own life together. You got to get this mind right.
Yeah.
Let his mindset be your motivation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I was thinking about concerning that. I'm sorry, I got a little passionate.
Oh, no, it's okay. I don't even want to go nowhere else, but you did touch on something good about when you coming into something, how you use Joshua coming in after Moses.
Yes.
And you coming into a position. That can be daunting in itself if you're looking at what was there before. Because you have, and I kind of like understand that in the sense of you have to allow God to tell you what this is going to be now, because the truth is, right, if you're bringing into a new position, right, he's going to probably try to do something new, but you got to be open to it. Not saying that what was there before wasn't laying the foundation, and that you don't give I don't want to use how much you don't give
freedom.
Yes, you know what I mean, like acknowledging it, right? But you also don't let that pigeonhole you, kind of thing.
Right.
Because it will keep you stagnant. It will keep you comparing, and you be like, like you just said, those were some big shoes to fill, kind of thing.
And God can't flourish what you're putting your hands to if you're steady trying to do it the way somebody else did it. Yeah. And God means for things to grow. Yeah. He means for things to produce, and he needs for things to get better. And I don't want to use the word evolve, but he means for things to change.
Right.
Yeah.
It's progressive.
Yes. It's meant to change. It's meant to be new. Yeah. Absolutely. So we thank y'all for joining us. We enjoyed having this discussion. We hope you all enjoyed watching. Thank you so much for watching another edition of A New Perspective. Don't compare yourself, y'all.
No.
Amen.
Don't compare yourself. So you all be blessed.
Amen.
Take care.